Well, hello, this is Gringo in the Kitchen coming to you from Las Vegas, Nevada. Today I've got a little bit of an idea for you. This is for breakfast, or it can be a small lunch that you want to make. Everything we have here is something you probably already have in your refrigerator at home. So first thing we're going to need, you can use white or wheat. Chose to use some white today, some white sliced bread. Got some turkey breasts. Again, you can use turkey, beef, pork, whatever you like. It's just what we used to call lunch meat. And then I've got some mild cheddar cheese. You get the grated cheese, and then some eggs. You like to get the bigger eggs if you can. And then I use a cupcake form that we're going to show you how we're going to form the bread into the cup here. It's going to look pretty nice. And then, of course, this is what I'm going to use to push it down in there and to mold it. Let's get started here. Pretty simple. I've got my bread. I've cut the corners off of a couple of them already. It's very simple. You're just cutting the crust off. Just make sure you have a good sharp knife so you don't tear it. And clean it up a little bit if you have to. Just cut the edges. Okay, so there we go. We got 3 of those ready. Also, I've got the turkey right over here. It's ready to go. I got 3 pieces. So if you can go over here and look at this, we've already got 3 of these started already. So I'm going to make 3 more, so we'll have an equal half dozen. All right? So you take your bread, get a little bit of cheese here. This is the cheddar. And you push it down a little bit because you want it to stick to the bread. You get your first piece of meat, and then you turn it opposite corners. So you see how you do that like a star? Okay. And then from here, you take it over here, and you try to set it evenly right on top of the hole. And what I do with the cup here is I put a little bit of oil spray on that. So once I get it down in there, I can turn it and release it. So you see how we're going to do here? You're going to gently push it down inside, and just let it settle in just a little bit, okay? And then you're going to slowly release. All right, and what you're leaving there is, you see that you got a pocket. All right, so now in that pocket, you're going to take an egg, and you're going to drop it right in the center of that. Okay, there you go. All right, let's do the other ones. Again, just a little bit of cheese. Press it down. Opposite on the meat, so it looks like a star. Drop it over here right over the top of the hole. Okay, and then just gently. You don't want to force it because you'll break it. All right, gently push, and then turn as you're pushing it down. Okay, and that way it'll release. And then as you're turning it, also, you can turn back and forth if you want, and then you bring it out so the meat doesn't follow it out. You see. This one is trying to follow it a little bit, but that's fine. Just use your fingers to form it just a little bit. The thing is that you got the bread down inside. All right, so there we go. Take another egg. And here we go, right inside. So then the egg actually pushes it back to where it needs to be. Okay, and we're going to do just one more here. This is a breakfast idea. It doesn't take long to put it together. It's just that you got to get some bread that's a little bit larger. You don't want to get the tiny little bread because you at least got to get a square out of it. Okay. And again, you can use any type of meat you want. If you like pork or whatever, have at it. Set it right there, right over the hole. And this should be the last one. There we go. Pushing it down. Let it sit there just a second, and then just start turning it. I guess going back and forth. You just don't want it to come out, to follow it out. I probably should have put a little bit more oil on this when I did this. So I just try to hold it. And you see how that forms? Pretty cool, huh? All right, we get the last egg, and we're going to drop it in here. And there, it's almost ready to go. And if you like, you can add just a little touch of salt. Not much, because you got to remember the meat already has has some salt in it too. So now we're going to stick it in the oven. It's going to be on low heat, actually. It's going to be at 300 degrees for about 20 minutes. That should get the egg well done. And then we will bring it out and show you what we got. Okay, and here we've got the final product out of the oven. Now I'm just going to tell you, in the oven, it's 300 degrees, but you're going to have to leave it in there a little bit more than 20 minutes, 30, 35 minutes. Or if you want to heat it up a little bit more, you're going to see a little bit of changing of color around the edges of your meat. You could run it at 325, but don't go any higher than that. And I'm thinking maybe 30 minutes is probably a good time. But it's just sort of what you have to experiment with. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and get yourself a knife, hopefully a sharp one, and you just cut it. There you go. You go through it. You can see it. And we just topped it off with a little bit of chives. So there you go. All right. On behalf of Gringo in the Kitchen with Zenobia Beckley, we thank you for watching our video today. Please subscribe, like, share, and also ring that little bell so you can get an indicator when we are having new videos out. Wednesday, we'll have videos, and again on Friday. So thank you so much for watching me today. This is Gringo in the Kitchen. Thank you.